So I'm still talking about the Valeria, the popular influencer who just died. That story made me sad. I never actually heard of her until her death personally, because I don't usually follow closely with Mexican news. Like, I check it sometimes. So, says
Sobre el caso de Valeria Marquez, 70
she
años de
was very
prisión
pretty.
podría recibir Erika, la amiga de Valeria, por haber agarrado el teléfono de la influencer y haber apagado el live. Entre delitos de eliminación de mensajes, evasión de pruebas, difusión de la transmisión y virales que se están
Anyway, she was very beautiful. Like, she's like, well, all Latinas are beautiful to me. And I really like the Latin community. Me and my family really love the Latin community because they're so nice to us and they love us. And we go to Mexico and they treat us right, and they love us. They feel like we look similar to them. I'm eating while I'm chatting with you, So anyways, the Latin community, they love me, they love my family, and we feel like we are a part of the Latin community because they feel like we look like them. And so, even though our Spanish is not that good, I speak some Spanish, but like very basic level Spanish. But yeah, they try to speak to me in person. They try to speak to me in Spanish all the time in person. And I try to reply with basic level Spanish or English. I could reply either way because they usually know English. But this story, I feel like her friend Vivian set her up for murder, is what it looks like. Her friend was jealous of her. Of course, it looks like someone hired a hitman to get rid of her. And I think her ex-boyfriend for sure was jealous, and he couldn't live without her. And he should be closely examined in this case. But so the ex-boyfriend should be zeroed in on, and her friend Vivian should be blamed too, and I think she was arrested, which is good, because it looks like she staged the murder. It looks like someone paid her off to help or something. And it's so disrespectful too, how the 3 fingers in the video before Valeria died, Vivian put up the 3 fingers that looks like it symbolizes the 3 bullets, because I'm guessing it was 3 bullets that Valeria took from the hitman. And so Vivian put up 3 fingers, and then she did the gun sign with her hand. And that is so suspect. For me, that's too suspect. That's enough for you to be in jail. And then, you know what? Why are you even joking like that? Like, I don't even know why there's no good reason why she should be acting like she's a part of a gang, gang signs, creepy, very scary signs with her hands. And so after her death, I started watching her videos, and of course I love her. She's so beautiful, typical Latin girls, very kind, very beautiful, very family. They feel like family for me. And my family, they feel like us. And, I loved her energy. I loved Valeria's energy. And I won't play this whole video because I think they should edit it out in the video, the part where she looks like she's in agony from the attack. They should take that out for respect of her family and fans. It's hard to see that. So But I know this is up, and her friend Vivian was competing with her. Like every time Valeria put something on her in her clothing, I noticed that Vivian was wearing a different version of her outfit. So there was never a time where Valeria could wear anything without Vivian copying every outfit that she picked. And that should be a red flag for you if you don't already know. When it comes to women, that should give you a sign that this girl is not your true friend. That should really give you some signs. You should not be letting people like that in your life. Well, some girls copy you, and it's innocent, though. I don't think all women are evil, but I think some groups are more evil than others. Won't say which ones right now. But the groups that I get along and like best are Latin groups and Asian groups, like from India, Bangladesh, all that. And so it's just it's sad that, you know, she had to die so young. She was only 23, and she had a beautiful life ahead of her. I think she would have done really well and been so successful. And I wish she had moved to the USA. I think she would have been done really well in the US. And she had her own salon. When I first saw this story, I had the feeling that she was in her own salon. Her salon was so cute. It was so girly, the pink and everything. Very beautiful. And you can tell her family is really devastated by it. And I'm not blaming anyone for what happened to her, but I just I would have loved if she moved to the USA to do something like this, because Americans don't hate you when you open up a business and you look like her. We would never do anything to her. We would never think of even killing her, for sure. So, I think she would have been so successful in the US. And I got the vibes in this video that she had been arguing with Vivian a lot. Like, Vivian was one of those people that she quarreled with often, and she probably told her family, like, she probably is close enough to tell her family that Vivian would argue with her sometimes, and Vivian is jealous of the male attention that Valeria got. I think I'm getting that from her in the videos with her. Every time they go out together, I feel like Vivian wants that male attention, but it goes straight to Valeria. and it frustrates her. And some girls, if you take their male attention like that, they will X you out. Like, they will have nothing to do with you. I've seen that in my case too, where girls, if they feel threatened by me, which happens a lot, it's usually by a person of color. It never happens with Latin girls. They treat me really well. They're not afraid of me being around their husbands or boyfriends. Indian girls too are typically not afraid. Indian from India, North Indian or South Indian, they're not afraid for me to be around their boyfriends or husbands because they're nicer than other people. But like, sometimes white women don't want me around. I feel like sometimes white women I feel like are threatened by my presence around their partners. That I've seen it happen before, where I was talking to a white man, and I'm not even interested in white men. Like, I'm not attracted. I prefer men of color. I feel like typically when I see white men, I think most of them are very unattractive. And the very rare few who are attractive, they're like a 1 in a million. 1 in a million white men are nice looking. That's just my eyes, you know. And I feel whites are friendly to me in person. Yeah, they're super friendly, but that doesn't mean anything. Like, people can smile in your face and not have your best intentions. So, like, friendly and polite doesn't mean anything. Fake, two-faced, you know? People can be friendly, fake, and two-faced. So I prefer to keep my friends group and my family group to be the people that are my favorite. Those are people of color. And the term people of color applies to a lot of different groups. That applies to Latin, that applies to Indian from India, and even Asian groups. But since I moved, no, I don't know a lot of Asia. In my old state, I knew like more Japanese people and some Chinese, but like when I moved, there's not really a Japanese and Chinese community here. And so when I go out and when my family goes out too, who talks to us, who's the nicest and most genuine to us? Latin community, Indian. For me, it's Indian. I actually don't know how they are to my other relatives. But I like Latin girls' accent. I like their voice, you know. And it hurts me to see that her friend betrayed her like that. Sometimes it's the girls who hurt you the most and betray you the most. And you know, like the way her friend could never even wear an outfit without it having to be similar to Valeria's. You know, she clearly wanted what Valeria had. Or she probably even wanted for people to think they were related. And I'm getting that Valeria's and her family, Valeria's family seems very warm and close. But the thing is that just because you and your family is loving and warm, that does not mean everybody else outside of that is. Like, you can meet people outside of your family and they're a lot worse and more evil than your own family members. Not everyone's bad, of course, but like, she had a bad friend, I feel like. And usually when you're beautiful, you have to be more guarded on your friends groups. You have to be more particular about the people that you hang out with when you're beautiful. You're more seen as a threat, or you make people feel such intense feelings. People feel either really angry with you or they're very in love with you. But there's no in between. And you'll notice that even with like white women that you barely know or you've only talked to a few times, they have such strong feelings of hatred for you when you look better than them. They, in their mind, women of all races, in their mind, they size you up, and and if they feel you are prettier than them, they will try to find something wrong with your personality to make you think that it's something wrong with your personality instead of their own insecurities. So they'll do something stupid like that, because this has happened to me with some white American women who are very plain and basic. People that you don't even compete with, like, because, like, when you're beautiful, in your mind, you don't even compete with all these different girls, you know? So this plain white girl, she was competing with me. There's always a woman that's competing with you in her mind. You don't have to even know her. You could have never even met her. She is like competing with you. And that's how this one white girl, full white girl, was competing with me in her mind. And sometimes girls don't want to be friends, especially if you're not white and you're beautiful. Threatened by that. They don't like the girl who's getting more attention than them unless she's her same race. And so I've had black women do that too, where they clearly feel like they don't look as good as me. And I don't think they do either, you know, because, you know, sometimes you just don't think people look good. And so had black women strangers who had an attitude with me and would tell me, like, just be really strange with me, complimenting themselves when they first met me. And they go, I'm beautiful or whatever. And if you have to tell other people that you're beautiful, then you feel pathetic about yourself, you know? Not in the way that it comes off. And black women, when they don't feel pretty, they have, I don't know, I think it's probably all women, but I feel like any woman can be really evil against you when she's threatened by your beauty. You see a different ugly side of her, and women are a lot more cruel about stuff like that than men. So, So they will try to insult you, or but sometimes women don't even insult you. They don't insult me. The strangers, they don't insult me like that. But if a woman, if she feels you look better than her, sometimes they insult you if they're close. And sometimes they do if for me, I get a lot of compliments. So if a woman is insulting me, that shows me clear signs that she's an idiot, because I'm for sure the definition of beauty. I'm for sure pretty, and I don't have to sit around wondering that. And when you have confidence and you know you're pretty, some women hate that. Some women hate your guts because they know that they're not beautiful. Those are the big fat women who are shaped like Mr. Potato, with that huge belly looking like they're pregnant, two skinny little legs, old as hell, balding, and these are people who are nowhere near your level of beauty. And they are problematic like that. And for sure, I don't hear, stop, oh my God. And for sure, I don't hear any of that coming from the, that's not something that I hear coming from like Latin girls. Latin girls are nothing but positive to me, nothing but nice to me, uplifting, and just like I am with them. So the negativity that I get, actually a lot of times black girl strangers they usually don't speak to me. I'm gonna be honest. They typically don't even talk to me. I'm totally ignored because I don't, because I'm exotic. And on very rare occasion, if they notice me, they will give me compliments. But if a black girl is pretending like she knows me or pretending like she likes me, she's for sure faking it. And I think that pisses me off a lot. Because I cannot stand when a girl is just bold-faced lying and pretending like she likes me and pretending like she knows me and she doesn't. And black girls are the queens of fake pretending like they know a person, like they like a person, when they are planning for her funeral. They love doing that shit. And to be totally honest, I don't really have black friends. I don't have black girlfriends because they're very hard to make. I had one black girlfriend in high school, and it was like walking on eggshells with her because she was like very insecure. And when I lost weight in high school, I remember she said, "You look better. You look weird after losing weight. You look better with the weight on you." So when I lost weight, I got more attention, and that made her feel more insecure, I think. And it's just, in my case, I got more vicious hate from from insecure black girls. And the insecure black girls are a big reason why I think not just me, but a lot of different girls avoid black men, because you have that experience with insecure black girls, mean black girls. And you for sure, it turns you off when it comes to black men. Makes you want to have nothing to do with black men, and because if you get with a black man, you're dealing with his whole hell, angry black women in his family, in his lineage, and you don't feel like dealing with that, and it kind of seems like if you marry into a white family, you're treated better for sure. And if you have a white husband and in-laws, they are all very kind, very nice people. If that's what you decide to do, not saying you should, but at least you get treated really well. But I did not choose to do that. I chose someone else. And so I won't say who. I like to keep that private for now. Eventually I'll probably talk about it. I don't want to right now. But it is a lot easier to avoid a whole group if they bother you.